than that. Very much so, because organisation's important, and I really didn't feel. I mean, I know Louis had a clearance off the line. Louis did really well, to be fair, with that one. But I felt they were never going to hurt us. During open play, I felt, with the time we were going to score a goal. I said to Wally, it'll come, we'll get the goal, and we get the one, we'll get another one. But it didn't happen on the day, I'm afraid. Two clearances. The keeper made an outstanding save, as you know. I thought that was in the back of the net from, I think it was Rob Duffy. And we were all up the bench because we thought he was in the back of the net, and then obviously the keeper pulls off a great save. Their keeper played really well today. There was another couple of scrambles in there, and another one was cleared off the line. Again, till I see the DVD, I'm not sure who that was. But what I have got to take the positives out of is I know it's a loss, and the fans won't be happy with that because it's a results game. I know that. When I took the job, I knew that. But what is important is that you've got to take the positives out of it. And there were phases during that play that we played well. We kept the ball. We created chances, and that's what you've got to do. If we'd have just sat back and died, that wouldn't have been good. And obviously the fans wouldn't have been happy with that, and I wouldn't have been happy with that. I would have kept the same, even though when Cookie went off, we were still, I said to Paul, we're on top of the game. We'll keep going. If we need to drop another player back in, we'll do it when we need to. But I felt we could keep pushing them forwards. I told Smithy to join in with the top two, and Luke when he had chop shoots on the other side. So to go attack really. And I really thought if you take time out to look at the second half, and certainly I will at the DVD when I get home, we had so many chances and we camped 9 in their half. Yes, they tried to hit us on the break a couple of times, but that's because we were committed. We got men forward because we wanted to get an equaliser, and we wanted to go on to win the game. So unfortunately that does happen in the game. So I'm disappointed that we didn't come away with a result.
Did you not feel though that was something lacking today? Something in the energy? If you think about the performance against Cambridge last week, how lively you looked going forward. Did you really feel that was still there today? Because although you named all the chances you created, it felt like for a lot of the game today, there just wasn't that energy, there wasn't that oomph that you'd asked for from the players.
I think what you've got to look at there is they've just come off a heavy defeat, as you know they did, and I think they were still hurting over that. It's my job as a manager to get them through that. But sometimes...
And didn't you want the response from that? Didn't you want them to come out and give that energy?
Absolutely. This is what we spoke about. We said go out there and prove to people that it was a blip. That you need to start with a high tempo. You must start with a high tempo. And, again, I'll go back and I'll watch the DVD and I'll try and work out the reasons why. But, I mean, they seemed fully committed at the start of the game. They, had words with them at half-time to get back out. And they had a better response in the second half than they did the first half. That was, that was a fact. But then again, we're trying to chase to get back into the game. But it is a long old season. Paul and I'll be working on the training ground with them this week. We'll have an 11v11 this week and get some organisation sorted out in some of the phases of play that I think we can be better at.
But it's 2 defeats over these 2 games. I mean, it's not only a heavy defeat at the weekend, but a home defeat against a side who hadn't scored in 9 hours before they scored. How do you come back after this?
Because you have to. You've no option. Otherwise, you might just lie down and put your hands up in the air. And I'm not going to do that, and the players won't do that. I know for a fact they played Wrexham at their place, and they could have nicked the game 2-0. I mean, I know that because my daughter's son plays for them, so I do know that they were unlucky there. And then Wrexham were higher up the table than us, and that Altrincham gave them a good game. I've said before, whether you're at the bottom of the table, the top of the table, the middle of the table, you've got to treat everyone with respect. Not too much, but with respect. And I thought Altrincham they did what they wanted to do today. They got men behind the ball, and that's what they did. And they looked to sort of like spoil the play, break the play up, and they worked hard at it. And I take my hat off to them for that. But what I will say is, no, I can't accept the fact that it is 2 defeats, so we need to go and win the next one this weekend.
The fans weren't happy, and as you walked off the field, you could see they were giving you some stick. What was that like for you? Back at Field Mill, the first time for you as permanent manager, and they were showing their displeasure as you went off the pitch after this defeat.
Well, they are supporters. They're the bread and butter of all football clubs. I have to take that as a manager. I'll take that on the chin, and I'll endeavour to put it right so I can try and put some smiles on their faces and give them something to applaud for.
Thanks, Duncan.
Thank you.
There's going to be sort of fans saying that that proves that there should be changes now in the January transfer window. Russ, is that the way you're looking at things? Or have you got faith in these lads?
No. I've already said that we're looking to bring. We're actually in the process of doing it now. So I'm looking to bring players in. Obviously, I don't want to expose who I'm bringing in just yet because I don't want no one else to run after them. But yes, we've got our eye on 2 to 3 players at this moment in time.
Before the weekend?
Well, I'd like that to happen, but I don't know if that will do.
Is it going to be sort of quite wholesale changes to the squad then, do you think? Or
well, they'll just be big enhancements to the squad. They're top players. Put it that way.
Has that kind of made you mind up more so though today because of what you've seen?
Yeah. I mean, I said to the lads, if they get the results, they go out and they keep getting the result. There is no change. There's no reason to change the squad. But what you have to do, remember, we've got two wingers there, and they've not really got a lot of pressure being put on them from the sides. In order to keep them on the toes. I mean, we do rely on Louis and Smithy quite a lot. And at times it's wrong to do that. So I want to bring people in, I want to strengthen the squad, and the people I'm bringing in will certainly strengthen the squad.
Ryan Williams not an option though, Dan, thanks.
It's not, for me, like I've already spoke to Ryan, so obviously I don't need to really elaborate on that. Because what I will say, you've got to look at the performances of the wingers prior to these last two defeats. And they have been superb for us, to be fair. I know it's like I say, it's 2 games on the bounce, so obviously the panic will set in, but I'm not going to panic. I don't want the players to panic, and we'll put it right.
Simon Grand, obviously an absentee today.
Yeah.
Is that the end of the road for him, or are you still in negotiations?
Well, basically, I've got to speak to his agent, which I'll do probably tomorrow. Obviously, he couldn't play today due to the fact that he didn't come to a deal with the football club. We tried to get him sorted last week. However, his agent advised him not to sign anything until he obviously proves everything. So unfortunately, we were without Simon Grand.
Any reaction from Gus Poyet at Brighton over Steve Cook?
Well, Cook is talking to him. Obviously, Cook is a young lad. I think he's done well for us. I do like the boy, but he's another one I've got to speak to. I've got to speak to Gus.
And Reece Day, any movement on that?
Reece Day is hopefully going to stay with us.
Supposedly some interest from Darlington coming in on him.
Yeah, there's interest. Well, I think there's a couple of clubs that are interested in him, but Darlington's definitely one of them.
Again,
but Reece wants to stay with us.
You have to have that tied up this week?
I hope so, yeah.
Has Peter Vincenti gone back?
Peter Vincenti is obviously he's been ill at home. He's had a virus, but I'll be speaking to Peter. I'll speak to Peter tonight. I need to have a chat with him and to see how he is really, and then I'll make my decisions from there.